Hello everyone, Xanaro Gaming here, and I have a best of three versus video for you. It's going to be Gawain Lelouch deck versus Suzaku Lancelot deck. Definitely two of the most anticipated decks coming out of the set for Union Arena card game. Um, Both of us decided to keep our hands here. I have the video sped up a little bit. We don't usually play that fast. um, I know it's hotly contested. Most people like to go first. I love to go second. I like the extra draw, but of course, going first, you get to 3 action points first, and you get to attack. So benefits for both sides, but I just like to try to play more seeing a better hand in the card game. That's all. So Eddie dropping the 2-drop to bounce back a card, so he's up to 3 energy. I just started off with a C2. I'm the one playing the Gawain, and Eddie is playing the Suzaku. This is up at our local card shop, Omni Cards, Collectibles, and Gaming. Please give us a like and follow on our Facebook, and follow my gaming page, Standard Road Gaming, as well. Here, I remember this play now. I missed the drop earlier, and so here I'm thinking about a way to just kind of push the state of the game for me. And so I go pretty crazy here using the C2 to get the extra energy generation, and then playing the Lelouch with the United States of Japan to play a Callan, and then that gives me enough energy to raid onto the Gawain on top of C2, since I could do that. And even though I kind of wasted the best part of the Gawain being able to minus 1,000 to his board, I really needed to get some kind of agency in the game, and I decided to do that. But a very crazy play there that I did. Eddie coming out with the Suzaku, getting some card advantage, playing the protection, and then getting his boost. I had to take the 2 checks here. The Lancelot really puts on so much pressure with the 2 damage, and I get to get some triggers into my hand here. I get to go to 3 action points, and Eddie having some protection now. She actually gives you protection from the event spell cards onto your other characters other than her. So makes kind of trying to clear the Lancelot's a problem if you don't have anything outside of your spell cards to do it. But you can still do it with character cards, and luckily with this deck, our characters can help us minus the DP of the Lancelot. I'm just playing 2 Callans here to get some energy and duration going, and then thinking about what to raid on. Going on to the Mach 2, sidelining the low DP, getting it off the board, so that way hopefully later we can try to clear the Lancelot with our spell card. Swinging in with the mech here. He doesn't have to block. That's not the mech that blocks. And then he just blocks our Gawain, which works. So both being down to the 5 life here. Eddie just playing, dropping down the raid. This card is so important in this deck, being able to raid on top of her. Play a card with the 2 energy and 1 action point for free, and then being able to bounce that card back. Just getting a lot of value here on the board with that combo, getting some early pressure. He gets the 2 checks in here. I get to draw a card, and then I'm thinking about whether I want to raid here. I think the right play is to... Yeah, I do raid because I don't want to take the other check, because that keeps me from taking another life. So in most cases, you want to keep that raid in your hand to help you on your turn, but here I decided it was a little more important to just not take that extra damage from the 4K and not have to lose a body as well. So some mech action going on here. He has the bigger mech. I have more mechs, just trying to maybe go with a little numbers game. Thinking about what I want to do here, using an action point to draw a card to see if that helps fix the hand a little bit. We can see that I have a C2, Lelouch, a couple other cards. Really in a tough spot here, knowing that the Lancelot on Eddie's end, he has 6 energy generation, so he can just bring out another one next turn if he has it in his hand. And then probably has no problem bringing out the 8-drop with just playing one more 2 double energy generator. But I go United States, Japan, get my action points back here after playing that C2. And looking like I'm trying to play something here. Maybe, hopefully, a way to clear the board. We get to clear one of the mechs here. It takes us to 2 full action points because I do not have a Lelouch, but at least it gets some of the pressure off the board. Unfortunate here for us that Eddie was able to get the mech to his hand. No trigger on that one there, and then final trigger. So we know he has a way to put some pressure on us here with that life check. Life in this game can really swing it. Just dropping the Suzaku here. Oh wow, hard dropping the 8-drop and then going into the other one. Hard dropping the 6 going to 8. We're going to have to just take this damage here because this is not something we really want to try to block. We get ourselves a color trigger, which is going to help a lot here if we have something to play, and we do. And this is going to help save us here because this Lelouch will give the minus again to the Cornelia mech and really help save us that last block that we were going to have to do there. So very fortunate on that trigger to keep that card from swinging on us. And hopefully just trying to see if there's some way to get around these big Lancelots. It's such a strong card. That turn that Eddie had there was so powerful, being able to play out 2 of the mechs because you don't even mind not raiding onto him. Unfortunate that he wasn't able to raid on one of them there because he definitely would have had game. But being able to hard play them and have a 5K body out to block and make your opponent try to find a way to answer it. He has the bigger bodies and more bodies on the field here, and I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do. I don't have an answer, so I decided to use an action point to draw a card. Not moving anything up. I do have the Lelouch there to clear off one of the bodies. I choose to pick the one that doesn't let him get the Suzaku back. We go United States of Japan. And then another clear spell to get rid of the other mech. So we might be able to have game here. Maybe I should have moved up something, but okay. Yeah, I didn't have a energy generation for it. But I think I'm just telling him here, yeah, I remember this now. This turn took me a while to figure out because I forgot that I had that Lelouch on the board because it actually got played out from the color trigger. And I just wasn't thinking it all the way through because the turn before, I remember I had all those kill spells in my hand but couldn't play them without doing the energy. Able to go into a C2 for the Gawain here. Gonna swing it out. He lets us pick. We know that he doesn't have the final triggers, and we are able to take the first game. Really good back and forth there. I think that game really shows what both decks can do and the back and forth between them. All right, round 2. Eddie probably chooses to go first because he's a smart player, and going first in most people's eyes is the right thing to do. I like how he has the green sleeves for the green deck and the nice action points and sleeves for him. All those action points that we got from the event. He actually won the event, so he has the winner card. He starts off with a Suzaku 1-drop. Hopefully this time I have a better opening, and it looks like I do here, being able to play down 2 cards on my second turn. Eddie gets to go to the 2. Decides to draw a card, and play the Searcher. Not bad. Filling up the hand here. This Lelouch Searcher is a key card for the deck. It has so much search and draw power, with him being able to search the top 8 to grab one of the mechs, and then the Suzaku's just drawing you a card when they're played. It really helps give some consistency to this deck that I think Green Hunter is missing. It's not as cohesive as a deck as the Lancelot Suzaku deck is. They both do some similar things, though. But that's Eddie's turn there. He's got a couple energy generated. I get to draw a card, stay at 2. Thinking an ideal world here, I just kind of try to set up my energy line. And it looks like that's what I'm doing. And I do get 2. And I get to play my Searcher as well. This Callan, not as deep into the deck. She only searches 5 and grabs a mech here. But lucky to see one. The nice alt art for that card. And we pass it over to him. He gets to go to his 3 action points. Probably gonna have to try to play some energy here. He's not probably on curve with how much he would normally probably want to have. Nice alt art of that card. Maybe he has multiples or saw the same one from the first game. Play another Suzaku, and there it is, what we talked about, being able to draw a card. That card is so strong. Playing his live to get the 2 action points back. Probably about to put some pressure on us here then. He has the energy to do so. And I'm sitting there, I think, telling him about how good that Suzaku is, letting him draw the card on play. Especially since the Lancelot can make you, or let you add it back to your hand once it's cleared, so you can keep drawing cards. And he's just going to draw another card, get his energy set up, and he goes with the raid. Nice. The 1000 DP boost, getting to get the 2 damage. This deck is just so strong with the turn 3 plays of being able to go into the 6-drop mech and get 2 swings in and show your opponent a 5k body and tell them to try and answer it. I'm just thinking here what I want to do with this check, and I think I decided to keep it in my hand, yes, so that way maybe I could try to get some DP and use that raid advantageously on my turn. Because it doesn't really do a whole lot there, and it would take something from my energy line as well. So good turn for him, being able to push out, get the 2 damage on turn 3. That's exactly what you're looking to do with the 6-drop for the Lancelot. I'm in a tough spot here because I really don't have a lot of energy generation, so maybe I'm thinking about using the C2 here to get the double energy and hopefully able to raid over it. So I do get the double energy. We're going to use an action point to go onto the Mach 2 for Callan. With this alt art, I think that's the one that makes him have to block. So if we can get some more DP minus on this body, we might be able to clear the Lancelot. But trying to look what's in my hand, I can't really see, but we must not have a way to clear it if I'm having to think so long. My first time being able to play this deck too, so some of my plays, this deck is not easy to play, not as straightforward as you would think a deck is. It's purple. It's got a lot of different ways it can play around stuff, so definitely a deck that makes you think. And we make him lose his boost there. Swinging in, he has to block. Is that the one that gives him the Suzaku back? It was, so he gets to get the Suzaku. And another Suzaku here. And I looked in this trash because I was trying to remember. I was like, wait, from the trash? And I was like, no, his lets it get it from there. So now he's able to bounce the card back, get another 2 energy generation. And that color trigger in this deck is so useful with being able to manipulate and play cards and get stuff back. So great checks in life for him. He gets to draw a card. He's sitting at the 6 energy, which is a good spot to be. So I'm definitely expecting my board to get cleared here in one way or another. Playing out the Suzaku. All the nice arts on these cards. They really do. This set has beautiful arts. All those nice arts of the Suzaku. And yeah, he's going through on the big one, clearing one of our bodies. He decides to take out the Gawain. And the 6 drop. All right. Super big swing play here. Definitely Eddie's in control of this game. Being able to swing through, get 2 damage. I just have to let it go through. Hope that maybe there's a special trigger in here. I get to add the card and draw a card from C2. And he swings through on the other one. I imagine I probably just let this go through too. Just hoping to... The only thing that's going to save me here is a good life trigger. He has so much pressure on the board, and he's swinging at me. All this stuff. And I hit my color trigger here as well, so... maybe we can try to get back in this game with this trigger. Looks like I'm just going with a C2 to draw a card. And then the other one just going away. In a tough spot here. That turn from the Lancelot is such a strong turn. If you can ever go into both the mechs, really past turn 3, it's a very plausible play to be able to do. You just get so much pressure. That might be one of the best 2-card plays you can do in the game. Being able to go into the big mech and the other mech and just really put the pressure on your opponent with the 4 damage. Definitely living the dream there on that one. If you get that play off in this deck, you're probably going to win a majority of those games. It's just so strong, so much pressure, so much damage. I think I'm just trying to think about if there is some way, maybe seeing what was in my trash that I didn't have anything to do. So kind of just hoping for some final triggers, but we just played 2 of them. So the chances that our 4th one is in there, and oh wow, nice. He got another color trigger, so if it wasn't over before, it is definitely looking grim for us here now. He gets to play out a card, and he's just playing one to put another body on the board with Listening Block, and let's just see what he can do on his turn here. He gets to go to 3 action points, draw a card. Now I'm looking through my sideline. He plays Suzaku. Plays another another Lancelot. If you let Lancelot push the pace on you and you can't clear these bodies, this is what happens. And just seeing that, I already knew that I didn't have any final triggers. So Lancelot, Eddie piloting it, able to take round 2. So we're going to a round 3 here. That play is just so strong, being able to go into the 8 and the 6. If you can do that, that really just puts so much pressure on the board. He's just playing the Britannia Soldier here, the 0 cost. I start with a 0 and a Callan. Very aggressively say that it's his go. And Eddie's going to just start off with a Searcher here. Can't preach enough about how strong of a card this is in the deck, being able to search 8 and grab one of your mechs or the trailer, but I don't think in Eddie's list he is running the trailer. I will list the deck list at the end of the video so you guys can see, but I've seen some lists running the trailers, others not. Some people running the 3 energy generator and others not. A lot of different ways you can build the deck for sure. I just go with a Callan here, and doing what I typically try to do is just set up my energy line. Especially in this, deck where I have so many triggers, you'll see that trying to make sure you have the energy for triggers in your life or raids is super important. Eddie starts off here playing the Suzaku to draw a card. He's got plenty of energy generation, and yeah, we're just talking here about how I think I wish that my Callan also drew a card, and I would definitely take that over the 1000 DP because I think his BP is 1000 less than hers, but being able to draw the card is what matters. Eddie searching for some pieces here, and then Gil going into the mech here. Nice. He just needed that extra 2 energy generation. To go into the mech, he's going to swing for the 2 damage. The turn 3 plays of Lancelot, just so strong, getting the 2 damage. And we just get the draw a card and a final trigger, so nothing for us there. Staying on curve, if you play the mechs, turn 3, putting down the Lancelot as a Lancelot player, you feel really good. So definitely in commanding position here with the big body out and pressuring us for 2 damage next turn if I can't do something about it. I should be at 3 action points here. I think I just realized that. Yeah, probably confirming with him. Yeah, okay, so I should be at 3, which probably now having to rethink what I need to do here to clear this body. And wow, having to use an action point to draw a card here means that my hand is probably not optimal, but hopefully that draw helps us be able to get rid of this Lancelot. And the trouble about that also is I'm facing him having energy generation too. So being able to bring out another one next turn, you really can't let... Oh, wow. Able to clear it off. Nice. So we have the spell for it to clear the body. United States of Japan to get the 2 action points back. So feeling a little less pressure now that 1 mech is gone. He can get up to the 6 energy pretty easily just by playing 1 more card next turn, so we have to be prepared for that. And there I go. I just play out the 2-drop. Lelouch, this one is one of the ones from the event. Very pretty card art. I like this card. I'm still kind of torn on the 2 action point drop Lelouches. I see a lot of lists running 2 of each. And the more I play the cards, the more appeal I see that people have with them. But Eddie just starting off with the Suzaku draw a card again. Such a good card. Keeping that hand full of cards. And then just playing out another Suzaku. So not able to go into a raid here. Maybe just trying to set up his energy line. Considering that he has not taken any damage yet. Probably the safest bet to do for sure. Knowing that he has more pressure than I do at this point. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with my energy. Do I move up this Callan? Do I stay back? I don't run as many 2 energy generators, so being able to have the 5 energy for the Goran Mach 2s is something that you definitely have to manage with in this deck, considering most lists run 2 to 3 of each of them. I run 3 of each. Nice spread. Playing down the C2, which gives us another energy. And probably just deciding, for what we can see, I have a mech and a Lelouch in my hand, and probably just not wanting to use my resources against these little guys. Maybe saving some of that stuff is better, and not trying to use them on this. But playing the Lelouch here on the board to give the minus to him, and hopefully able to clear it off here. Let's see. Yep, going onto a mech. And we're able to clear the body. And now that puts him in a tough spot, clearing that card there, because he would have to get 1 of 1s from his energy line now. So swinging here, he doesn't block. No trigger on the double energy generator. Swinging here, a final trigger, nothing happens. And then swinging with the Lelouch, 4K, and he gets the Suzaku, and that is a good trigger there. So powerful, that color trigger, being able to play the 2-drop, which lets him bounce 1, and me probably just pointing out like, man, that card is busted, because he just got to bounce his Searcher back to his hand, and good on him for not blocking, and that paid off big time, because now he can just probably play the Searcher out again. Yep, Playing the Searcher, wow, it was a great check for him. Uh, Really changing the pace of this game now. He's going to have a lot more agency with his 6 energy, searching out the mech, thinking about his plays here. I am showing a lot of pressure myself with 4 bodies, 2 4Ks, so he's probably just trying to figure out how he wants to go about clearing my board, and I think I'm just so uh, still talking about, yeah, how he was able to get that color trigger, and it really changed everything about his plays, because now he didn't have to waste one more action point to play out double energy, and able to clear my mech with the spell here, live to get back 2 action points. Playing the Suzaku, and then going into the big one here, clearing my Lelouch. Although if he clears this Lelouch, it does give me the sideline, so I get to draw 2 cards, but maybe just wanting to clear off my body for him not to have to worry about it. He is down to 4 life. Swinging here, I'm trying to think about if I want to block, but I find myself taking this, it's 2 damage, but I've let myself take this 2 damage a lot in this matchup just because I have so many triggers. So the Lelouch let me add it to hand. The C2 let me draw a card. So I should have a lot. I'd imagine playing the one that clears the body, or maybe trying to think about if there was another way I could minus the Lancelot again. It looks like I probably don't. And just trying to figure out what I want to do here. And Eddie's just telling me here, yeah, I'm just getting clarification that yes, you can still target stuff with character effects, but just getting her off the board regardless, because she is a problem, and it makes my thinking about what I could do a little bit easier. So we got the mech. We're going United States of Japan, getting the 2 action points back. Sorry about the camera shaking. Really close game here, for sure. I'm at 3, he's at 4. I'm probably just feeling a little more agency than he is, though, knowing that he can put out 2 damage and an impact. Lelouch does not have any access to the damage 2. One of the mechs does have impact for the turn it's rated, but not as much finishing the game potential as maybe you would like. So just going to use 1 action point here. It's a really close game, so trying to think out my plays. Like I said, it's our first time playing in a tournament, and this is games that we did afterwards, after we got to get a couple games in and really learn our decks. And like I said before, the Lelouch deck takes a lot of thinking to figure out your plays, because everything you could do is a little different. So I was going to raid over that one, but decided that, yeah, the smaller body to raid over is a little better. So now we're giving the whole board the minus, and then the minus we already gave before. And swinging here, he's going to pick just a draw trigger, which is awesome for him. Going to swing. He's going to let us check it again just to get trigger on the Cornelia. And he's going to probably just block these 2. Or no, yeah, these guys are pretty small. Blocks with the big one, and yeah, swings through here. He has to lose his Searcher. But good turn for me, able to clear off the little body. The mech is still there, and it's still a problem. We weren't able to clear it, not having the option to do it. It's starting out at such a big BP threshold. It makes it hard to clear it. So he's just going to go with the draw, the Suzaku, and then, yeah, going into another Lancelot. This is the 1000. I think here I have to, yeah, he decides to swing with the one with damage 1 first, and I'm trying to think if I want to let these checks go through or not, because it really matters the order of letting the impact go through or trying to get the damage to go through. So swinging with these matters a lot, and so I let him get the 2 in because then I know that I can block the other one and not have to take the damage. And yeah, nice. Lucky here. Get the special trigger, get the draw off of the C2, and this is looking rough for him now. That turn probably wasn't what he wanted, having to draw another card. He had the 6 energy, so it probably means that he didn't have 2 mechs in his hand, and he was trying to draw another one, and probably unfortunately just didn't see one there, or another live to get his action points back. I just use an action point, draw a card, use a spell to kill it, his Lancelot, and this should be game. We haven't seen him use a ton of the lives. I think he only used 1, maybe 2, so I am going to play this out in order, but it would have to be... There we go. See, lucky on the swing there. I could have changed things if maybe I'd hit the other one first and it'd been a trigger to kill one of my cards, but able to take that one, 2-1. Like I said, congratulations for him, though. He won the rare battle event, and this is his deck list. Most people I talk to do not run the 3 energy generator. They just decide to go with a full package of all the double energies. And you can see he never had an issue in that game of not having energies. If anything, he just had an issue in that last game, maybe finding one more mech in his hand. But very consistent, strong deck. The Cornelia raid is a package I recommend everyone running. And this is my build here. I have some weird splits, but just really trying to figure out the deck. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone watching the video. Please like, subscribe, share the video, and I'll keep making more videos. Thanks.